Hello and welcome. We are back with another Honey's Horror review. This time we are reviewing Never Hike in the Snow. It is the prequel film set 3 months before the very popular Never Hike Alone. This one's about 20 minutes shorter than the previous one, but it's also seeing the return of Tom Matthews in this one, as well as some other interesting actors in this as well. But yeah, I am Brayden. This is Blood Honey, and I am the, quote unquote horror fanatic. She, not so much. So, this review series and this channel, for the most part, is us reviewing horror films, me taking her along the way, and getting her reaction to those, as opposed to also my review. Now, we just recently reviewed Never Hike Alone. We really did enjoy it, and even after only seeing a couple of Friday 13th films, she herself thought it was quite good. I did as well. So, walking away from this one, how do you feel about it?
Well, I knew it was shorter,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't realize how short compared to the one we just watched.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, isn't there more? Because it just kind of stopped. I'm like, oh well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good,
Mm-hmm.
just like the other one, and yeah, I would love to see what else these guys have up their sleeves.
Yeah, that's for sure. Even though this one is about 20 minutes shorter than the previous one, half hour. The first one's about 54 minutes. It does have a little bit more plot going along with it. After the disappearance of one particular character, which we see at the beginning. You have the cops investigating, but realizing straight up, it's like, yeah, that's not looking too good. But they go and they talk to the guy's mother who's gone missing, and it's really just kind of really showing off a lot more of the acting and the storytelling and all of that, as opposed to the first one where it's just a single guy in that. Did you think the acting was pretty strong in this for what it
Yeah,
is?
I really don't have any complaints. Just
Mm.
that I wanted to see more because it just kind of
Yeah.
stopped.
Well, that's how they get you.
And I'm
It's
like,
just like leave the people
dang,
wanting more,
okay.
right? Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Talk about cliffhanger.
yeah. I mean, hey, they did their job. I mean, what can you say? But
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, of course, like I said, you have Tom Matthews and another familiar face in there. So they kind of help elevate this for what little bit that you do get of them. But it's quite enjoyable. And another thing I praise about the first one too, of course, is just the cinematography, the look of the film for just being a much smaller thing. Obviously, this one you can tell definitely had a lot more backers involved, and running off the success of the previous one. You thought the look of the film was pretty good, because I thought it looked even better than the first one, as far as especially with the whole snow aspect as well. You would agree?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was great. So like the flyover, that had to have
Yeah.
been a drone, so,
Mm-hmm.
drone footage there,
Yeah.
and yeah, the however they did Pamela,
Mm-hmm.
that part was pretty cool too. An interesting
Yeah.
little like almost hologram sort of aspect to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll also say that too. What they really added with this one is some more fascinating camera work. So like the back and forth with what you see of Jason and Pamela, as well as again more kind of like found footage aspect with the body cam, as the one cop at the end he's going through, and the cut back and forth, and you see what happens with him. I thought that was actually very effective, the way that they
Yeah,
pulled
that's
that one
I'm
off.
just like, wait, that's it?
Yeah, but I mean, quite literally ends with a bang. I'll just say that was pretty good. So as far as like the opening kill as well, is what I said before. It's like, well, people have been kind of wanting to see a Friday 13th film in the snow, and of course this is these guys giving us that, and it really adds to the contrast in terms of the gore, which you see very very early on in it, that how well and effective it looks. Now, as far as that kill, you thought that was pretty solid, right?
Well, yeah, I don't think there was really any escaping Jason having an arrow. I mean, I don't know as to his skill, but apparently it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's like, okay, dude's right by his car. Nah, Jason's gonna be yup,
Yeah.
there he is.
Yeah, and as far as Jason using arrows, I don't think we really see that until the remake. I think prior to that, he never really used an arrow before that. So it's playing more on kind of like Jason being, like a killer Rambo out in the woods, like him just doing his
Ever the camper, at the
yeah.
camp, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too because once you see the moment with the car, and it's making the noise and stuff, you almost think for like a second, like Jason was just like, I'm so sick of that, and instead of doing what he did, he just flipped the car over.
Oh, yeah.
Like I almost wanted him to. I know it wouldn't have
Oh.
happened, but like because that is someone's car. I mean, he says it's not gonna. I don't think they have that disposable of a budget, but yeah, that would have been pretty funny if they had done
A
that.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, so it is much shorter, but again, it's playing more onto the storytelling and just again the little moments with the one character and his mom and the cop going to investigate, and you see on the split second when she's going on his computer, you see that he had like a YouTube video pulled up of the one guy from the previous
I
one.
know, I saw
Yeah,
that. I'm like,
yeah, it looked like he was watching his videos and just kind of getting the idea. It's like, oh, maybe I like to go out and hike around a little bit and you know have some fun, but
yeah, apparently
yeah.
he was a photographer, so
Hmm.
naturally the other dude was like a nature hiker and is like, oh, he must have seen some really cool stuff, obviously.
Yeah. And
And so,
mhm.
yeah, dude wanted to go do it.
Yeah, and as the titles for these films go, it's just like just don't hike. Just don't hike out there. Just don't. That's all you gotta do. Just don't go hiking out there. It's a death wish, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, it's hard without going into like every single like little detail for this, and not going spoiling too much. But again, most people probably watch this by now because we did just get done watching the premiere of this, so we watched it live as it was happening. Yeah, I mean, again, all in all, as solid as the first one. I mean, technically, like even though shorter, on a technical level, I would say it did add more value, and again, the storytelling and just the acting and
It was engaging, yeah.
yeah. Again, for what little bit that you have of this, without them doing like trying to do too much or doing too little, again, just for what little bit of time that they give you, they really make it effective, and they don't like really um, pull back on anything as far as like I said, giving you just a couple of good kills, a couple of good just acting moments, and just good solid suspense as well. So all in all, pretty solid. So I would say again about a 5 out of 5 for what they give you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty great. And as I said, I know that they plan on like doing more installments and such. And but the way that like just watching this one, it feels like it could be its own miniseries. That's for sure. And it's basically that's what they're doing. But if it was like legitimate, like on TV, it was backed by a studio, whatnot. It feels very much like that, and it goes to show that this can exist in this way, and that we can still make effective Friday the 13th films, whether big budget, small budget, whatever, and it really just gives you everything that you want for very little, so to speak. And any final thoughts as well?
I am hoping we can be a part of the next project or two. This is
Hmm.
pretty cool stuff. I want
Yeah.
to see what they do, whether it's Friday the 13th or some other sort of horror branch off. Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would, for them to, not just do this, but any other type of horror film
Mm-hmm.
would be pretty darn cool, I gotta say. And it does feels like a legitimate sequel to some of the films in the franchise, and again, just having Tom Matthews involved, it really makes it feel that much more legitimate, and rightfully so. I mean, great work, absolutely great work. Anyway, that will do it for our review of Never Hike in the Snow. We hope you enjoyed. Again, we are really doing our Friday the 13th thing this month, going through the box set after it just came out and getting her reactions to these films and just really doing our horror thing on this channel. So if you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you would. We would greatly appreciate that. And check out Womp Stomp Films and Never Hike in the Snow, Never Hike Alone. All that good stuff if you haven't already, which I assume you likely have. Anyway, that'll do it for us. We hope you enjoyed again, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.